Hey guys, Eric here with you here today from Fire and Ice Outdoors. Today is Thursday, November the 7th, 2013. Something happened this past weekend here in Indiana that I want to bring to your attention. We had a hunter that fell from a tree stand. His name was Timothy Bowers from Decatur, Indiana. He was 32 years old. Fell about 16 feet from a tree stand. Apparently was not secured. I'm making an assumption since he fell to the ground and he actually fractured his C3, C4, and C5 vertebra. And I tell you this a little more specifically just because I am a firefighter and a paramedic, and so I kind of understand what's going on with the guy here. Anyway, I'm assuming he didn't have a safety harness, and I'm not sure what type of stand he was in, but I think it probably was a ladder stand just because they're saying that it was a 16-foot fall. Now, a 16-foot fall, I did some math for you real quick. I did some research. I'm saying a 16-foot fall, which is actually, I have a tree stand directly behind me here that I've set up in my backyard. It is actually 16 foot to the base of the tree stand. When I'm standing up in it and I'm shooting, being that I'm 5'9", so I'm going to be somewhere around the 21, 22, 21 and a half foot mark, quick math there. Now, if I fall from that stand without having a safety harness on, I'm falling at a rate of approximately 25 miles an hour when I hit the ground. Now, that's not taking into consideration wet ground, that's not taking into consideration snow, drought, how hard the ground is. It's not taking any consideration into my mass, what I'm falling on, that sort of a thing. But that's 25 miles an hour that you're going to make impact on the ground. Think of this. If you were riding in a car at 25 miles an hour, you climbed up on top of the car and you jumped off of it, you're going to hit the pavement at 25 miles an hour. All right? Now, can you walk away with just scrapes and bruises? Absolutely. Can you walk away with minor breaks and a bone or something? Sure. Can you kill yourself? Absolutely you can. And Mr. Bowers, what happened with him is he fell out of the tree stand. He broke his neck in 3 places. It knocked out his drive to breathe. It also paralyzed him from the neck down. So he was going to be a paraplegic, and there was a good chance that he was going to wind up being on a respirator the rest of his life. I'm not bringing this part up because I want to argue this part with anybody, but they actually had him sedated. The family gathered around and said, we want him to make this decision. They took him off sedation. He chose to have life support pulled off of him. Now, I'm not getting into the great debate on life and death and doctor-assisted stuff and things like that. But I'm trying to prove a point to you that this 32-year-old man was in a tree stand doing the things that we love to do. He loved the fact that he could be out hunting and fishing and doing whatever he could in the outdoors. And I don't know if he fell asleep, I don't know if he slipped, I don't know if he was pulling back his bow when he drew it, but he lost his balance somehow. Gravity took over, he hit the ground at 25 miles an hour. His wife is expecting their first child. He will never get to see that child. What I'm trying to get through your guys' head today, I guess, is this. Is it's so important to wear a safety harness. Now, every tree stand you buy across the country comes with a safety harness in it, at least from what I understand. I know those aren't comfortable. I've tried them. I don't like them. They're difficult to put on. If you get them twisted, I get that. But what you can do, and I don't have any dog in this fight as far as brands or whatever. I went out and spent about 50 bucks, 75 bucks, whatever it was, on a hunter safety system fall harness. And so what you can do is you can throw this on like a jacket. Real simple. It all hooks up and snatches up right here. You've got quick connect that you can run through your legs right here like this. They snap in, snap out really fast, really quick. You've got another little clip that's right here that snaps in for safety. It's fully adjustable so that if you've got a couple layers of clothes on, you've got it. It's got a safety harness that hooks to the back, and then you hook it to the tree. That took me all of, 15-20 seconds to put this vest on. And once you get it adjusted to you, there's storage actually in the pockets here. There's storage over here in these pockets, and you're not going to fall out of the tree to the ground. Now, can you fall 2 or 3 feet? Absolutely. You've got that little harness, and you can see that it's not really big, but it's a couple foot long. And you can add extra links to it if you need to. That's why they send the extra straps in it. The straps wrap around the tree, and the one I've got, actually, I don't have it with me right here, but it's got a big D-ring on it. So I can take that D-ring, hook to the tree, be harnessed in. In the worst case scenario, if I fall, I'm hanging about 2.5, 3 feet off the deer stand. Now, will that jolt hurt? Will that jolt leave a bruise? Could it break a bone? Absolutely. The thing is I'm going to get to come home and see my family. I'm going to get to see my grandkids. I'm going to get to scratch the dog and kiss the wife and do all those things that we want to do and enjoy the outdoors when the springtime comes, because I'm a turkey freak. I want to be out hunting turkeys, but I do the winter stuff just to be outside and doing things. This hit close to my heart. You know, I have seen people hurt and killed in quick, little accidents that you didn't think were going to be that big of a deal, but it was. If you think about getting hit by a car at 25 miles an hour, that's a pretty good impact. Now, here, we're not taking, again, in consideration the mass of the car or any other factors. It's just base factors that he could have survived that fall had he taken the extra 15, 20 seconds to put a safety harness on. You could get a good safety harness system for under $100. This guy, for under $100 now, has lost a wife. The wife has lost the husband. The child won't know her dad or his dad. Uncles, cousins, moms, dads, whatever. If you're going to be in that tree stand, you need to have a harness on. If you don't have a harness on, you have no business being in the tree stand. You are putting not yourself at risk, and yeah, you may survive or you may die if you fall out of the tree, but you are impacting bunches of people besides yourself. Pay attention to that. Think about this. This guy was 32 years old. He's gone now. 32. Never going to see his child. Never going to hunt or fish again. Never going to get to drive and go to work again. He's gone. He's into wherever he's going. And I'm not getting into a spiritual debate on it with anybody on that. I want you to wear a harness system. All of my guys at Fire and Ice Outdoors, we wear safety harnesses. We wear safety equipment. We are not going to be the statistic that shows up on the Sunday paper or even on CNN. This was actually where I got some of my information was from CNN. So it made national news. And the reason I think it made the national news more so than him falling out of the tree was they woke him up out of the state he was in to let him make the decision on whether to live or die. Wear your safety harness. Wear it. It's not a question of should I, would I. Actually, I went hunting this morning. Didn't do any good, but I hunted out of a blind because I forgot to take my safety harness to the fire station yesterday when I worked. So instead of driving over to where I hunt in my tree stand, I went over to where I got my blind set up and I hunted out of a blind. Didn't do any good, but I was on the ground. If you're going to be off the ground, wear your safety harness. This is Eric from Fire and Ice Outdoors. Hope you're having a great day. Be safe out there. I don't want to hear about you being a statistic. And take care.